She was sitting on the porch 6 weeks and 3 days later, about to press play one more time, when the sound of footsteps caught her attention. She turned. Her mother was in the doorway, white-faced and shaking, tears streaking down her cheeks. Hey, hi everyone, it's Noah. Welcome back to In Between the Lines. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are talking about Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I may be saying that wrong, it may be Myra. I've heard people say different ways. Milo just turned his back to me. He doesn't care much for this book. So we're going to do this as we always do. We're going to go with the book story. Try not to give much of the spoilers away. Does it stick to the blurb, the pros, the cons, and then what I honestly really think of the book? Yes, I am in a onesie, and it is not just any onesie, but a Snorlax onesie. Why? Because I can, and it's extremely comfy. So, let's just get on. Let's go with the story of this book then. It all kind of starts off with a media industry company called Imagine Entertainment. And what this company decided to do was in 2015, they decided to make a mockumentary. Obviously, they were thinking of the dollars. I'm sorry, Milo, that you have to experience me like this. So yeah, they decided to make a mockumentary, and it was going to be called The True Story of the, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, the Mariana Mermaids. So what they decided to do is they went and got a ship. They named it the Atargatis. Basically, just going to skip through this bit. It's named after a myth in, I don't know if it was in Syria. I should have really looked into that a bit more. It explains it itself in the book, basically. But basically, it's where a goddess, the name of the goddess, basically, is named after a goddess who cast herself into the waters and turned into a mermaid. Now, in Greece, the name basically translates to, like, siren. So, I see where they were going with name of this ship. So anyway, they fill this ship with actors, scientists, camera peeps, and just, you know, plop them into the Pacific Ocean. Now, it doesn't take too long. I think it goes over like a few days. They were still getting contact with them to like a week or two. And then just all contact all of a sudden stops. And they don't know where the ship's gone. They don't know why they've lost contact until about 6 weeks later. They basically find a ghost ship. They find the ship. It's a ghost ship. There's not even any bodies on this thing, but they find like some of the footage that was shot on the ship. When that footage came out, a lot of people just thought it was a hoax and just like, they went crazy and whatever, but it showed certain footage and everyone's like, it's fake, you know, whatever. But no one really gets any answers from Imagine Entertainment. So years pass by until it's basically 6 to 7 years. And yes, Milo. And none of the friends and family of people who were lost on the ship has gotten any answers. Imagine Entertainment has kept everything, you know, shut tight until this point where they decide, you know what, no, we're going to get them answers. The footage is real, but we're not going to tell anyone yet. And we're basically going to go back out there to that point and see what actually happened. So that's just the beginning, the little section at the beginning. And it basically tells you that, you know, they're basically going to go get answers, so they're going to send them the ship. And that's where the story then kicks off. I'm not going to tell you any more about that, but that's basically the main bit. Does it follow the blurb? Absolutely. It follows it to the T on the back of the book. Fantastically done. Doesn't really divert much from that, but it is what it is. Obviously, it's the blurb. It has to. The prose of the book, the story is so grounded. It doesn't go off on these like fantastical, whimsical, fantasy things going on. It's very much real science. It has actual marine biology things going on in it. Yes, Milo. I know, Bubba. So yeah, it has real science. And it does marine biology, and it's very much the way that it's done is very clever. Is that mermaids? Normally, when you think of mermaids or killer mermaids, it's going to be cheesy because it's mermaids. It's so well written that it's basically like, oh, this is factual, because everything else that they've actually talked about in this is like, oh yes, facts, science. It is very hard science as well, so hard sci-fi, I guess you could say. Which I don't have a problem with. It's very well done. It wasn't too hard to read. I got easily into it. The story has, well, the book has a lot of action, a lot of drama. It's got character development, which I'm always there for, which I'm a whore for, as you all know. There's a character that I absolutely loved, and she was called Tori. Loved her. I really felt sorry for her and her family after like everything that's happened. It also has some LGBTQ plus characters in there, so yay for, oh my god, a word I'm going to have to pronounce now, representation. I don't know why I try. It's got some plus, it's got good thing. It shows nice things about the LGBTQ. Representation. I don't know why I struggle so much with the word. It's so annoying. The other thing that I really loved about this book is that with all the character development and all the different characters in it, you do fall in love with them very fast because they are these living, breathing things in this story, and you do fall for them. But it's the fact that you understand that this is somewhat of a horror book, that no one is safe, and you do kind of get that little bit of fear about it, and it was like, oh god, I'm kind of worried, don't want anything to happen to them. But I love that it gave me them feelings. The cons of the book, I don't really have that many. I loved the intro for the book. I love that it had different media to be like, I know, Milo, I know. I love that it had like California, June 26, 2015, and it was like an interview with someone from Imagine Entertainment, or an interview from someone who was a family member, and it gave these like little factual things, and I love that sort of stuff. I wish there was more of that in the book more than anything, but that's really the only bad thing. I appreciate, I loved all of this. I really did enjoy it. This isn't a hard horror, which is what I normally go for. This is very much for, because of this book, it is a sci-fi horror, obviously, but it's more sci-fi than horror. So if you're just looking for a book with that little dash of horror and more of that hard sci-fi, this is definitely the book for you. Like I said, I'm more into my hard horror with my body gore and all stuff, but I still really did enjoy this book. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. I definitely think people should definitely read it. Give it a chance to go. I know that I've read one of Mira Grant's books before. I believe it was Feed. I remember certain points of it, but I didn't know it was the same person, because I know that they have, this is like a pen name. They also go by a different name. I think they only use the Mira Grant when they do like sci-fi or horror. I can't remember which one it is. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. In a previous video, we did do an update, obviously, about Milo, which you can see here. But it also does have a giveaway. The links for that video is down below. It's not too long before the end. I think it ends on the 26th at midnight GMT. Why? So yeah, it's for a fighting fantasy book set from 1 to 5, brand new. Definitely go have a look, give it a chance. And yeah, we'll see you very soon. I'm also sorry that it's taken so long for this review to go up with everything that's been going on. But much love, thank you for taking the time to watch it. I really do appreciate it. And we'll catch you next week with the next book. If you have any questions or anything like that, comment below. Much love, be good.